Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to continue working on the 2JZ swapped XJ. I'm still waiting on my driver's side engine mount parts to come in so I can tack those up to get the jig made to make more of them if anybody wants them. So that's on the back burner until the parts arrive, which I think is Tuesday, but baby's almost here. That's scheduled for Wednesday. We'll see if she doesn't come early. So next week's going to be really busy. Probably won't be getting to that. But it's Saturday and I got some time to kill. So I've started working on getting the power steering hooked up and what I'm going to need for the fuel system. Both of them I believe are going to be really easy. The way I'm going to hook the power steering up is cheap. Maybe not the easiest for everybody. There may be a little risk involved, but not really. We'll get into that. You can order some fancy fittings for what this does. The GS300 had a banjo bolt for this, where the Jeep uses this style. Alright, this is the same thread as this, but it doesn't have the proper place for the O-ring. But I've got some grease, a drill bit, and a beveling tool that I believe I can make it the same, and it will thread right in and it will hook right back up. So let me set this down and I'll mock it up real quick for you. Get it lined up right. There we are. So we're started, we're nice. It kicks right around the return line. I don't remember which one of these is pressure return. You think they'd be sized differently? Looks like they are. That's a no-go, this is a go. Kind of. Come on. There we go. Alright, so that's almost sorted. Factory Jeep line. I'd probably unbend this just a little bit and call it alright because it does go around. And however this got on here. This one you could just take this clamp off and extend the hose, but it looks like it will reach 2 and it looks like it's the proper size. If I loosen that guy up. Power steering basically sorted. This isn't the most beautiful part, but I think with just a little tweak it'll be fine. And then if you ever have a problem, you just go get the factory hose for the XJ and you're good to go. So those are my thoughts. So all I have to do is drill a little bit and take and make that bevel in this power steering pump and it is fine. Now, downside is if you need to change the power steering pump, you have to do that again. You can get the right banjo bolt and you can make this hose. You can have it made, you can do whatever you want, you can convert it to AN, but this is cheap and easy, and I don't ever plan on taking this thing across the country where I'm going to worry about the power steering pump going out. And if it does, provided nothing explodes here, I'll just drive it without power steering. It's not the end of the world. So that's what I'm going to do. Let's do it. Get some grease jammed down in the hole so we don't get any metal shavings in it. Do our best to keep any shavings from going in and destroying the pump later. I don't see why any grease being left in it after will be the end of the world. It should be fine. While putting this together, I realized I misspoke a little bit too much in this next clip, so I'm just covering this now in the editing process. Alright, so let's get through this. Alright, it's a 10mm O-ring, and the shaft, or the hole size down here, is 10mm with a nice bevel to help the O-ring slide into place. I ordered a 10mm drill bit, but it's taken a sweet time to get here, so I ended up using a 3/8 drill bit. Now, I may end up having to go readdress it with the 10, but so far it looks like it's just fine. The 10 millimeters, 0.393 something like that, and the 3/8 is 0.375. So that's about 20 thousandths more press on the 3/8 hole than what it was designed for. So that may cause us issues later, but the proper way to fix that is to just wait for the 10 millimeter drill bit to get here, drill it, bevel it, and call it done. So let's get back to it. Try to get everything angled right. That looks like it's almost deep enough. It is iron or it is cast. It was very soft. That should do it just fine. Now we dig all the grease and shavings out with Q-tip. Things are out. I got the grease out, put new grease in. Now we're going to try to bevel it. That looks pretty decent. I think that'll work. We're going to have to put the fitting in, tighten it up, and make sure it doesn't just smush the hell out of the O-ring. If it does, then we need to go deeper. But let's clean this up one more time. We'll see how well this works. For just a little more security, I put some trans fluid in it. Give it some more. Push that grease out of there. Surely that's fine. I'll get the Q-tips, make sure there's no more metal, and then we'll hook the hoses up. Alright, we're drilled. We've got a little bevel. Let's put this together, tighten it up, and take it back apart and see if it crushes the O-ring. So if it does, we'll bevel a little more. Should have grabbed the wrench. Alright, that's tight. I think we're gonna be all right. I'm gonna try to run the power steering with the impact. I don't know if that's actually gonna work. We're gonna see if it leaks. I'll get my wife down here to turn the wheel. Alright, that's there. Where is our other hose? Here we go. Seems to naturally want to pull itself into the shaft just a bit, but I think it'll be alright. We just need a little tweak and tighten it down. Hopefully it doesn't slowly work itself over there. If it does, we'll figure out something else. This is a simple adapter because it's just a barb. So if we shorten it, if we move it, if we get something else with just a barb, it could loop right up and not have a problem. And replacing a return line out of state or anywhere else will be easy, not a big deal. Pressure line's a different story, especially if you go to AN, then you're really screwed. Let's see, that does fit right there. We'll get the 16. That's not bad. Just not kink anything. I wouldn't say best thing about this is if this ends up not working, I can still just put a banjo bolt in, make an AN line, and be done. There probably is a hose that would work perfectly for this thing if you had some catalog or ability to look through every hose available. Alright, tight, tight. Put this guy back on. Get it from the bottom. Your left. Go ahead. Oh. Okay.
Put it back?
Yeah, hang on. Do it again. Well, it's not leaking, but this doesn't make enough torque to make it work. One more time. Let off. Let off more. Let off. Just let go of the wheel. Alright, now start turning it. Start turning it.
All the way? That or
I don't think it's leaking. I think we're good. That'll work. You probably work with a drill, but I don't need to put that much load on the nut. Now where'd my socket go? There it is. Thanks, son. Well, that's about all we can do right now until this thing runs, and that's a good little while off. That's as much torque as the impact could really do. If I had a drill attachment, probably could have went further, but it has no signs of leaking. It's laid out pretty nice. Returns hooked back up. It's laid out pretty nice. Everything clears. So I'm considering that a win. If it does leak, I'll let you know. At least we haven't ruined anything. I can always put a banjo bolt in it if this doesn't end up working, but I don't see why it wouldn't. It looked alright when I pulled it back out. We're fine. That's gonna be it for this one, guys. Fuel system is probably next, as well as the motor mount video. Like I said, baby's due here Wednesday, and it's Saturday, so maybe next weekend I can come out and piddle while she's sleeping. We'll find out. But it may be 2 weeks before I get back to it. Tuesday is when my motor mounts are supposed to get here, or the wings for this side. I'll get that together because I'd like to do a video on the motor mounts, and then I got to get on the computer and do some updates, make them look a little prettier, make them look a little better. They're plenty tough enough. I may actually make another attachment to come forward and grab where it was supporting the track bar, because right now they used to come here to here with that guy, and I've gone from here to around the back and bent because the motor mounts are so far back on the 2J. But this was kind of supporting the track bar where these two holes are right there. So I may make something to put back here and stitch to this, which then could be done on both sides, and that would be a 3/16 plate reinforcing the frame from here to here on the inside, which the more metal the better on these unibodies. So, but that's gonna be it. If you hung around this long, thank you for watching. Look forward, probably a week and a half, 2 weeks maybe, we'll have some more work done. Connectors are on the way for the computer. I'm stealing out of the 240. It still runs and drives, but parts borrowing program, can't spend $1,100 on another ECU, so we're going to borrow it from that one, and I'll wire it into this. It'll be full sequential that way. It won't be at first. It's going to be wasted spark. Anyway, if you hung in there this long, thank you for watching. If you're new, please like, subscribe. We'll keep chipping away at this thing. It's going to be pretty gnarly when it's done. I like these puzzles. Thank you.